gotta move my deck of cards. First, let's turn this down a bit more. Alright. I hope that worked. Let me go double check. Let's ignore what the hell is going on. Where's my Twitch? On my phone? Here it is. Right. Don't care. Hopefully it changed. Okay, good. It changed. I don't need this. Do I remember for hockeys? No. Right. So we are gonna do a new file. Do I want one? I've already played this, so no. Ooh, okay. It's a cute game, guys. Pointed, oval, peach, square, round, chubby. Let's do round. Let's do peachy. Let's do round. I'm an eye color. I want gray. Hair. Curled, flowy, short, medium, smooth, choppy, long, rock side, pointed, triangle, potted 2, wavy 1, blunt side. Good song. Let's do flowy. Right. What's my front hair color? Yeah, let's stick with black. Ooh, what's my name gonna be? Let's do Mystic. Can I spell Mystic? I don't think that's right. Hold on. Let me search it up. I'm an idiot and I don't know how to spell things. How to spell me. Okay, you know, I spelled it completely wrong. Oh yeah, no, I spelled it completely wrong. There's a Q in it. T-I-Q-U-E. Alright, what should my last name be? Huh. What should my last name be? Mystic Rivers. Ooh, Rivers. Alright, we're gonna keep it as they, cause, well, default, yep, nope, the only voice name's Jamie. Alright, change page, birthmark. Where is this one? Whatever, we're gonna have that scars. Yeah, I like to get scarred. So we're gonna have that one. Rosy cheeks, nope. Freckles. Slender. I have octagon. So we're gonna do circle. Arm, back, leg, and chest. Arm, back, leg, and chest. Am I basing this off myself a little bit? Yes. Arm, back, leg, and chest. Arm, back, leg, torso. Pants and shirts. watches, hats, and bracelets. Woo! Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that works. Yeah, I have a scar like that anyways. Well, not really. You can't see it. I have scars on my face. I'm a dumb child. Alright, we're going back to Flowy. Alright, we're Mystic Rivers. Woo! Alright. Summer Sunset Bird was always a special time of year. Your usually sleepy town begins to bustle. Yay! It was a popular tourist destination with people coming from all over to enjoy the beach, the weather, and the relaxation that came with both. The smell of the ocean's crisp and salty hung in the air, bringing 3 whole months of schoolless vacation with it. Oh, I love summertime. I also love winter. Winter is one of my favorites. During the summer, your mom didn't like you to wander too far outside your neighborhood, so you knew the area pretty well. That included the people. Families came and went from Sunset Bird, but they mostly stayed and did what your mom called putting down roots. I believe that means having children. They built businesses, they got to know each other, they definitely said hello to the nice kids who waved at them passing their stores. Going for a walk around town mostly meant that the familiar, friendly residents waved or asked how your family was, or most often just said hello. You didn't really get why, but you always said hi back. They saw you every day, but you nodded back at them anyway. You ended up saying hi to a lot of different people, since most of the tourists that came and went over the summer were the same ones. You were tending to say hi back, and most of the residents that greeted you, but they all knew you well enough. Yes, this one. They still smiled at you anyway. That made you feel a little bit more comfortable. But today, there was a man sitting on the curb outside your house. He was sitting with his whole body slumped over. He was sitting with his head in his hands, his whole body slumped over. And you wondered if he was even a real person or a statue that magically sprung up from the ground overnight. I'm tired. This is fine. Alright. Whoever or whatever he was, you had never seen him before. One thing about knowing everyone in Sunset Bird was that people who you didn't recognize really, really stood out. It was rare for tourists to venture into the residential district, as your mom calls it. Sorry, I hit my head. Should probably also have that down. I'm playing a game. Anyways, so for you, not knowing who a total stranger was set off a lot of red flags. My everyday life. Your mom had a talk with you and your big sister Lizzie about this kind of situation before. You hadn't really been listening at the time. You think you could make it talk to people? They mentioned that some people aren't good to talk to, but other types of people can help you even. You remember that it's okay to run away if you feel uncomfortable. And you don't have to worry about being polite to them. I love my mom. You weren't sure about this man yet. Still, you felt a bit scared knowing that he was blocking the way to your front door. But you were pretty interested. You wanted to know more about what was going on. Whether he was nice or not, you didn't want to be bothered. I wanted to go to my front door. You slowed down, your mind racing for ideas on how to get past him unseen, but it was too late to escape. There was a split second where your eyes had met, and you took in a shaky breath. Your eyes started to the sky, pretending to stare at the bird who is hovering nearby. Birds are cool. Hey! His voice startled you and made you jump, but you still didn't look at him. The bird landed on top of the nearby gatepost, and its black feathers ruffled against the breeze gently. Gentle breeze. Damn. Trying to keep your eyes on it, it was tough, especially when the man stood up and started making his way towards you. That's terrifying. Scary. Not wanting to seem too approachable, you folded your arms and stared. Still unsure about him, but willing. Your body was frozen in place as he approached us. Do you live around here? What's your name? You looked at the man up and down, taking his tan skin and relaxed appearance. At least his clothes were relaxed. The way he was acting wasn't. He had sharks on his shorts and a stingray tattoo, and you wondered if he was obsessed with the ocean or something. Probably, because wasn't the kid's name like Ocean or something? What was the kid's name? I forgot. While you made your assessment, he looked at you expectantly, waiting for an answer to his question. Yeah, I live here. I live right there. My name is Mystic. You continue to say nothing. I'm gonna say Mystic. Great, nice to meet you, Mystic. He gave you a broad smile, relief settling on his face. Yay. Money. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20 bill. It crinkled in his hand as he held it up to you. Even more confused than before, you looked back at him. I'd be confused if a random stranger was holding money out to me. Well, could you do me a favor? Nothing bad. Sorry, I should have let me start over. He cleared his throat and stood up straighter. From where you were standing, it just made him look creepier. I have a son. His name's Cove. Okay, it's Cove, not Ocean. Who's about your age? Cove. That seems a strange name for a natural living person to you. You chewed on the inside of your cheek. This guy was definitely obsessed with water. You thought that was pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You never met anyone with a name like that. We moved across the street, see? He gestured towards the house that might have been completely empty for a year. His watch catching the late afternoon sunlight and reflecting off the walls. The gigantic for sale sign was finally gone. You must be Mystic Rivers, right? I met your mom earlier, and they told me you were just like him. So he shook the $20 bill to bring it back to your attention, a hopeful smile tilting on his lips at the corners. Can you try to be friends with the boy? Just give it a chance. You can keep this. He's a good kid. You'll like him. We've got to keep it a secret, too. It wouldn't be too friendly to say his dad sent you. You eyed them, and you kind of felt sorry for Cove. Did other kids really get their parents to pay for friendship? Had your mom done that for you and Lizzie? The thought made you frown. What'd you say? Do you want to make a deal? I don't want to be paid for that. It's too weird. His deflated smile. He deflated enough to notice, but not completely. Are you sure it won't be bad? Even if it's just for the summer, that'd be enough. That only made it sound more strange to you. Why does it lasting for the summer matter? When it was clear the initial strategy wasn't going to fly, he tucked the bill back into his pocket and changed the request. Well, when I first played this, fun fact, I took the $20 bill. And then I told him, like, so many years later, we were, like, teenagers. And, he kind of yelled at his dad. Yeah, but he'd always sneak into my house through my window. And my window was on the second story. It was weird. It was funny, too. I get it. You don't have to. Would you be comfortable with he and I coming by for a normal visit? Yeah, I want to meet him. His smile got bigger again. His eyes crinkled at the side. I'll bring him by tomorrow. I wanted you to meet him and greet the neighbors today, but I don't know where he's gone off to. He laughed when he actually said that. But by the way his face looked, you thought he actually wanted to cry. If you see him, can you tell him to come home? He's got a pink cast and glasses. You can't miss it. Sure thing. This definitely wasn't a normal way kids made friends. You knew that, but you were still going to help. The man smiled and reached out to pat your head, paused before doing so, then pulled his hand away and said, Your mom's already checking around for me. Such a thoughtful group you are. Now I better go, too. Can't put everyone else to work while I keep sitting here. I thought I may come back and... That's not what's important. I have to go. Thanks again, Mystic. So much. You jogged off down the street without another word. You decided to check the hills behind your house. I love the hills. Oh, I love the hills. Step 1. First sight. The chirping of crickets in the tall grass greeted you quite and familiar. From the top of the hill you could see the ocean. As you walked, you listened to the crash of the waves on the shore, and the seagulls squawking. as they settled down for the night. You always loved the ocean. It was so much fun. You loved to hear stories about the sea, about the merfolk and sea serpents. Do you imagine living far beneath the waves? You didn't enjoy the beach at all that much, especially the sand, which got absolutely everywhere. I actually loved the ocean. It's very nice. Sometimes Lizzie would join you, just the two of you splashing each other in the waves. Those were the best days. Took a deep breath, tried to relax, and couldn't. You weren't sure about something, told you that you weren't alone, so you glanced around. Look at him! Look at Cove! So the first time I played this, I stayed up all night playing it. I was playing it around this time too. That was odd. There's a boy sitting there at the top of the hill, almost completely hidden, within the long grass and wet flowers surrounding him. His head buried in his knees, and he was staring ahead by himself. For whatever reason, probably just that he wasn't paying attention, he hasn't noticed you yet. You watched for a minute longer, feeling a bit like you found a deer in the wild. Though deer didn't have green hair, wavy eyebrows, huge glasses, pink casts, sad frowns. But this new boy did. You wondered what could have upset him. After a few more seconds, you took a step forward and then another. And then he glanced your way. His aquamarine eyes reflected in the light of the moon. You stopped, raising a hand to acknowledge him and show him you weren't scary. Ah, Space Cadet. With a start, he jumped to his feet, his hands balled into fists at his sides. He didn't say anything, he just stared at you, in a strange way. He'd been crying. There were traces of tears on his cheeks, and his knees soaking the hem of his shirt. His eyes were still shining, with a few more. You'd obviously caught him off guard. His tongue casting the glow in the twilight. Though, when he caught you staring at him, he hid his arm behind his back. Something what the man said stuck out to you earlier. Cove? Ah? His eyes widened. His eyes wide, he studied you. How did you know that? Lucky guess? No way, tell the truth. Okay, your dad told me who you were. Oh. So, is this your hill? He gestured with his uninjured arm to the patch of grass surrounding you, his face falling at the prospect. I can leave it is. I shook my head. While doing so, you picked up a strand of flint on your leg. What a weird question to ask someone. Oh. He sat back down with a thumb, resting his chin on his knees again. Cautious at the strange new boy, curious about the strange new boy with the odd dad, he sat on the patch of grass next to him. Pure white flowers that covered a hill rocked back and forth gently, as the stars twinkled above. The way they dotted the sky made them seem like flowers, too. The night wind was cool as it traveled over the ocean and up the hill, chasing away the heat from the afternoon sun. Oh, I'd love to go to the ocean again. I miss the ocean. I went there like 2 to 3 years ago, maybe 4. It was so much fun. It was like 4 or 5 hours away. It's so sad. Why are you here? Why did your family move? Why are you here? A quiet hiccup escaped Cove as soon as you asked him the question. Almost like they'd never stop, his tears started to well up with vengeance. I think, that's how you say it, my parents. They didn't want to live together with me anymore. The tears fell fast and heavy over his flushed cheeks, sticking to his dark lashes. My mom made my dad leave and he took me with him. Now we have a house here and I want to go home. Oh, Cove. Hi. Ugh. Alright. The outburst took you off guard. By the time he was done wailing, Cove's chest was heaving with exhaustion. He sniffled and removed his glasses, wiping his eyes with the back of his hand before putting them back on again. I hate this place. I want my real life back. I want my mom. I'm sorry. He slipped his hands underneath his glasses and pressed his fingers against his eyelid. Cove wound himself up again for another long crying fit. Felt bad for him being forced to come here with no choice. You couldn't imagine what it's like to live with only one of your moms. But it must be pretty hard. But from the way off in the distance, you heard your parents. Mystic! Cove! Kids, where'd you go? Cove looked at you and said something. Cove looked at you and did something. Don't tell them we're here. I don't want to go back to the house. I want to go home. It'll be okay. You were struck by a sudden need to reassure Cove. It's not all gonna be fun, but isn't he your family too? Yeah, I guess. Then you can count on him when you really, really need him. You shot him a grin and pushed yourself up to your feet. Slowly, Cove stood up with you, still looking a little reluctant. Slowly, yep. His dad's voice rang out again. Cove, can you hear me? He looked toward the sound of his dad's voice, silent, and then turned away, rubbing his non-bandaged arm. Sorry. I still don't want to go. Yeah, I get it. You do? Before you could answer, you heard Cove's dad even closer than before. There you are, bud! This dad's like a total Chad. I'm an idiot. The trio of parents appeared over the curve of the hill. Instantly, all their eyes landed on you, and they rushed over. It's my moms, guys! Look, my moms. They're so hot. Both your moms were at your side in a split second, faces filled with worry. Mystic! You're here after all. Mommy! We had been at the park to check for Clove, and then we heard what happened earlier when you met the new neighbor. I thought you might have gone on further away. No, we were just sitting in the grass. Why is everyone acting like such a big thing? We're okay, don't worry. Cove didn't want to go home yet. No, we were just sitting in the grass. Thank God! You're both fine. Were you two having fun out there? Look over at Cove, who's wiggling against his dad's tight hug and pushing at his arms. Oh, I do that with my mom. You shrugged. Yes, I like him. He's good. I think I'm gonna marry him. Yes, I like him. You nodded, smiling slightly. Oh, you can't get married to Clove. It's awesome. Finally letting go of his squirming, scowling son, Cove's dad turns to the three of you. Thanks so much for finding him. I really don't know this neighborhood. Good thing Mystic knows this whole area so well. Absolutely, we should be getting home now. It's been a long day for all of us. Say goodbye, Clove. Bye. The two of them walked off into the darkness, heading towards the neighborhood. You watched Cove's bright pink cast until it disappeared. Tell you what, we'll have a proper play date tomorrow, okay? Your new friend's dad wanted to bring him over to see you and Lizzie. How does that sound? So that's Mom, that's Mommy. Sure, can I show him my stuff? It sounded like words. You know how to duck your head down. Both your moms laughed, the sounds overlapping into the warmth familiar chorus. Mommy put her arm around your shoulder and led you towards the path. Sat outside and more than a little ready to go to bed. After a long, exciting day, you followed them home. Oh, choose your feelings for Cove. Here's direct, relaxed, nervous, crush, fond, indifferent. Ooh, I could do crush. I love Cove. Personally, I love Cove. As Mystic love Cove. I'm closing my eyes. Okay, ready? Crush. Yeah, sure. Begin step 1 at nervous crush. You won't be able. Hold on. Let's do crush. That's what I did last time, and it ended up well. The next morning, you finished your breakfast so fast that you got tummy ache. Your sister Lizzie had to run out earlier to go play, but you stayed put. Today, just like your moms had promised, Cove was coming over to hang out. Exciting to see you new friend again, Mystic? I'm excited. Isn't that just the sweetest thing? I bet the two of them are going to be great playmates. I've played through this once, and yeah, we were more than playmates. I let him keep a seashell. With that said, are you done with your breakfast? The bowl was empty, so he nodded. Good job. He should be here soon. Ah, my nose is stuffing. Clean up began, and then on cue, there was a knock. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they're in the right place. Still loud though. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. Mystic, could you get that? You practically leapt out of your chair on the way to the door. Hi, Rivers family. Thanks for having us. Mr. Holden, as you have called him, and his son were here. Cove looked different in the bright lighting of your living room, and when he wasn't crying. Look at his face! Look at his face! Oh. With his dad sitting in front of him and mom and mommy behind you, you and Cove look at each other. Pleased to see the interesting new boy again, you smile at Cove. Cove returned it shyly. You twisted the threaded bracelet on your wrist. Shell bracelet. Do you want to see my room? Okay. Let us know if you need anything, you two. Have fun, kids. See you later, son. Play nice. You led him to your room, puffing out your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. There was a lot of stuffed animals, a cool bed, and a window to look out. He climbs through this window. Okay, so Cove here climbs through this window all the damn time. It's funny. It was a great room. He hadn't had anyone show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. He leaned a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. I like this. I like it too, Cove. Me too. I drew that. Thank you. You're welcome. You smiled at him. You were proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. He turned to look around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on the wall. You started to feel a bit nervous. You felt the atmosphere was a bit awkward. You're glad for the company. You hoped he liked. I'm glad for the company. It was nice to have someone new to play with. And his eyes landed on a tiny box of beach things you collected, tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that? A hoard of stuff I found on the beach. Do you need any driftwood in there? Dragging the box in the middle of the room, you and Clove flopped down next to it. Yeah. You gathered the piece at the bottom to the covered with specks of sand. Neat. This is a good collection. You got that sense from the tone of his voice. He wasn't saying it to be nice, or to be like Shiloh? It's Shiloh. He actually meant it. Ah, Shiloh is coming over. Shiloh? My sister's friend. He wants to, meet you. Do I have to see him? It'll be okay. I think. Here. I found this shell in a log, and you plotted seashell after seashell, explaining where you got them each and holding them against the light. There are big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you washed off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Over the past few years, you even learned some other scientific names. The collection was huge and varied, from a lot of funny stories you tell for all of them. Your voice kind of faltered a bit. Funny stories. Apparently fascinated, either by the stories of the seashell or the shells by themselves. Cove listened with what looked like full force of his attention. Like when you almost got pinched by a hermit crab while searching for shells. And after watching him skulk back into the ocean, you found another empty shell that was almost a twin of his home. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus. For some reason, it was making your cheeks feel warm. You've never felt like this around someone before. It was kind of weird. By the way, my chat doesn't show up on my screen, so I have my phone open looking at chat. Kids, come down to the living room. He told the idea was making him happy, but Mommy wasn't giving you much a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't like this meeting you. You guess because he was you guess it was because he thinks you found each other by accident. Not that a parent made it happen. Mr. Holden must be right telling Cove that his dad was part of it would be a bad idea. Before you knew it, you both were escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room ready for Sheila's visit. The two of you sat side by side on the floor at your home's entryway. I brought the box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. Great! Bust it open. We can keep looking at them while we wait for Sheila. Cove reached and pulled out a big orange shell. Oh! He hadn't spoken aloud yet. He turned to you and held it up to his eyes. I think this one's the best of them. You can take it. Cove looked at you in surprise, his eyes going wide. Really? Sure, you like it a lot, right? But I don't want to take this from you. It's okay. He got the impression he was hesitant to accept something because he didn't know you very well. You insisted. No, it's okay. For you. He pushed the shell against Cove's chest, willing him to receive the present, but Cove firmly shook his head and kept his arms tightly at his sides. It's a battle you couldn't win, at least not today. Cove was your neighbor now, but maybe you came into another time. Two of you were still sitting on the floor looking through your collection of beach findings when the doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person hadn't knocked, you figured it was probably Sheila. He knew where to look for that. Lindsay's friend? You nodded, but that didn't seem to make Cove feel better. It was already obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell what he was thinking right away. This isn't a good idea. I'm sorry. There's nowhere else to go. He's at our only door, and if you go upstairs, he'll find you. Cove glanced around the room and finally paused when we locked on the back of the house. I can go out the window. Cove, no! Damn it, Cove. No more windows! He was already walking towards it. Scrambling to think something, stepped forward and paused. Do you want to break your other arm? She was the scariest person alive. Cheer up. Sheila's gonna love you. Please don't hurt. I'll come with you. Hurry. They'll see where we're going. He glanced back at you and then nodded. I might have to cut this in half. As you can tell, my nose is really stuffy. Well, at least get done with step 1. I think there's like 4 steps to it. It's long. I'll do a stream for each step. Going up to New Year's! And I can do a whole big stream a few days after New Year's, because I won't be here for New Year's. I'll be at my friend's house for New Year's. I'm excited. And the two of you made your way to the window together. It wasn't much of a distance to clamber out, but you landed. By the time you landed gently in the bushes, you looked to see Cove was already taking it off with the house. You knew he was fast, but you knew he's not that. Hey, wait up! You turned fast as your leg could take a grasp, whispering around your ankles as you did so. Cautiously, Cove slowed to the hall and looked back at you. Where are you going? I don't know, somewhere else. I just don't want to see. Mystic! The Fox sees Sheila hopping down the hill after you. The backpack he clutched probably all the way around the way. What are you doing? Can I come? He must have seen you leaving the window and followed behind. Oh, hi. Are you Cove? Look at Sheila. So, that's what I think, but Sheila, I don't like Sheila anymore. In the future, Sheila is mean a bit. Oh, hi, Cove. Yeah? I'm Sheila. Okay. Yep. Are we gonna go back, or are we gonna play outside? Sheila's eyes meet between you and Cove, and the smile remains strong on his face. It got a tiny frown from Cove in response. Very carefully hadn't asked why he had been running. Inside, we left the box on the floor. Yeah, I want to go check home. I hope Mommy didn't move them. Okay. With Sheila trotting behind you, and you and Cove headed back towards the house. The plan for the afternoon was, at least as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at the beach things somewhere. You weren't really in the mood to do anything else, especially if Cove was having fun. He had a most recent Vindica of a scallop shell that had washed up on shore. It's a pretty color, kind of like my cast. The beautiful glittering pink did look a bit like the wrapping around his arm. Pink is a nice color. Okay. Is it your favorite? Not really. What is? Maybe green or blue. It might be yellow. Oh, those are all cool. I guess. Not sure how to deal with this suddenly more awkward silence. You looked back at your shells. Like usual, it didn't take long for Sheila to get officially. I swear he has ADHD. Sheila has ADHD. Sheila has ADHD. Nobody can prove me wrong. I do this all the time. I may have ADHD, or it's just might be my anxiety. I have no idea. Lizzie was his favorite. Without her around, Sheila didn't know what to do with himself. And Cove wasn't like your sister. He wasn't much like you either. Is Lizzie coming back? I don't know. Oh, where'd she go? I think she's at the beach, probably. Is she playing at her park? Cove flew up to the park, and he looked towards you. There's a park? Yep, but it's old. Can you show me? I want to go. He started getting up before he could answer, and Sheila jumped beside him in excitement. Really? You did too? Fright Mystic? The park is fun. The park is really pretty great. Yeah, it's right at the beach. There's a lot of fun stuff to do, and there's lots of sand. There's a jungle gym and a bunch of swings. Sounds like it could be cool. So, are we gonna go find Lizzie? I don't know. I never really wanted to see her. I just want to check out the park. Adrift without any direction, Sheila finally turned to you. Okay. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go. It was only fair. After getting permission from your moms, the three of you made your way outside. A short walk to the beach. Lizzie had convinced your moms that it was so short, she should be allowed to walk there by herself. When you found her, she was hitting on the jingle jing, swinging back and forth. Hey, Lizzie! Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide. Sheila! Mystic! Sheila! Hi! She dropped to the ground and landed with a soft thud in the sand. And for a second, Sheila had abandoned Sheila and scrambled over by her. You're used being left alone when it's just the three of you. But now Cove was here. Let's see how someone stick with you. Who's this? Oh yeah, this is Lizzie! She's pretty good. Oh, I'm tired. I might have to end the stream soon. Tired. My nose is killing me. And I got a cat to deal with. Who's that? It's Cove. He's new. I remember. Hi, Cove. Remember in my park. Nobody ever comes to play here, so this is where we get together. He gestured wildly at her arms as if to present the area to the newcomer. While Lizzie continued talking, you took the chance to kick off your shoes and wiggle your toes through the warm sand. Nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas. You are? Yeah, I am. Who else could handle the job? Lizzie's the oldest. By a lot. Mom says you're a Mystic stage? Yeah. That's I'm the only one of your who's with double digits. Of the other kids. Other kids? There aren't any. We're the only kids here. Sheila's just visiting from another place. Not even tourists really bring their kids here. This is the land of the ancients. Be careful that the oldies don't try to steal your youth. Oh. For a second, he looked like he might cry again. But something in his eyes shifted and he looked back at Lizzie. What kind of people? Like mom and dad or grandparents? Grandparents who don't have kids. They hate kids. Why? We haven't done anything. Alright. Yesterday quickly, hoping Lizzie wouldn't take things to Kafar. Cove sniffled his forehead creasing with worry. Alright. I have to leave, actually. I have to go do something, and my phone's at 10%, so let's do 3. Alright, bye guys. Peace out. We're gonna do that. Alright, peace out guys.